Oh, okay. Good afternoon and good morning, wherever you are. Want to thank God again. We came up a little bit. There was some days in. We can try to have some reflection, and I want to welcome you to this special show here. We when you look back in April, at the end of April, start of May, we launched this mental health massive campaign because in May, the entire May is mental health campaign and having to be one of our key focus point when you look at the raffle that was actually initiated kickoff during the launching uh, of our program. We have our mental health kind of awareness, massive awareness campaign, and it has to do with reflections and raising funds to keep this program going or to add it to our program, especially in person coming up. Matter of fact, we have meeting with the Eastern Service workers also. I'm going to be meeting this evening talking about how can we increase mental health awareness. And if you look at technology, actually, you look at the term mental health and technology. If you look at technology now, if you look at social media and look at all the different things that goes on today as compared to 15 years or more ago, then you realize that there is an impact that social media and all the different media bringing to what we call mental health. And mental health issues is prevalent, and sometimes we try to overlook it because it's actually not to us. It's not anything, right? And then we try to downplay our mental health, which need to have more time in spreading the good news about it. It's something that you got to protect yourself. You got to love yourself. Uh, there are a lot of things that involve. Tomorrow we're going to be talking more with some guests. This is just a kind of head out to starting this day. I want us to be very much reflective. Have some reflection on what is mental health and what are some of the issues that you're dealing with as a person who going through and issues of fighting mental health issues in your life or in your family. So when you look back and see the work technology and see the changing and looking at the AI and all these different technology coming up, it also help in increasing awareness and giving other resources to help mental health uh, people who are going through issues of mental health. So all of us have this issue. It can be big, small, whatever you are. You might be going through a mental health issue, but you're not identifying it because, well, you think you're human, and you might be super spiritual, or probably you describe yourself to be someone who is educated or something else. But mental health issues is not something that we can take light, and sometimes we play with that because we think that uh, mental health is something that somebody getting crazy. Like in our country, in Africa, there are times that people would not even think about mental health because, in fact, uh, mental health is something that we don't think can really happen in Africa. But that is it's too much prevalent in Africa. But we don't look at it the way the West take very serious a note of it. When I went to visit the Namin, Master Namin, during the time of the Namin War, I then realized also that there's something that I could not see. I could not see the people of color in the mass participation. I mean, people. in of color will not actually participate. I don't know whether they have this awareness. I don't know whether they have decided not to participate in such a kind of important, very important kind of thing that we talk about mental health. And because of technology, we have along the increase of connections and different things that has to do with the mental health, the issues of support groups and different groups that help people who are going through their own problem. So access to information and resources is very important, and mental health is an issue that people deal with every day, even in the home, in the home setting. And people do overlook mental health because I think is something that we don't realize until, well, it caught up with all because depression, and sometimes we commit suicide. But there are different ways that we can try to prevent or try to help the person next door to us. As we go through this 30 minutes of time, I want us to begin to look at or have a reflection on our own life. We might be going through a mental health issues, and well, we think all is well. So convenient mental health or support can be from uh, therapies, and different, we can have different program platform can make mental health care more accessible and convenient to individual. Like our platform, we are trying to the one like tomorrow. I mean, on Saturday, we have an issue talking about how can we, married couples and relationship wise, what are some of the things that help, your mental health. Uh, Probably how you understand yourself, what you're going through, whether you're able to go through that depression, or probably you're able to maintain it. What helps you to maintain it, and all that. The Bible, you can read the Bible, and there are pastors and leaders that go into mental health issues, dealing with mental health issues. But the bottom line here is that you can have all the education if you don't realize that you might be going through a mental health issues and you need help. How can you have this help? And that's what we're going to be sharing through the week. And next week we're going to be concluding. I mean, um, next tomorrow we're going to be concluding on the mental health awareness, not concluding on it in the sense that not going forward in having some different meetings, but ending this kind of massive campaign this month of May, which is very crucial in order for us to kick off our program. Like we said, the ticket of the raffle will be uh, discussed in our meeting tomorrow, because that ticket is going to be sent out to different organizations and different groups, people who want to be a support to the community engagement. The raffle is going to contain full prizes, and it's going to kick off on actually on in June, and then it's going to be June, July, August, September, October. It's going to be up to 4 or 5 months, and then we're going to be now during the time of our big program coming up in person. We're going to be having a raffle draw before that program. So you purchase ticket, it's a donation to our organization, and we're going to be coming up with different programs connecting depending on some of the different institutions we try to talk to partner with and try to promote their programs. So these are very serious issues that we're dealing with. Negative impact increases anxiety and depression, and it's sleep. You don't have sleep. It disturbs your mind. Uh, there are a lot of things that cause mental health. So if you look at the blueprint of what we anticipate doing as our organization believe that those are issues that lead to different things. So everyone has a right to access information, which we talk about rights and responsibility. So our responsibility as a person is to access the information that we need, not to be silent in some of the things that happen to us. Okay, it causes you sometimes, if you're going through mental health issue, you don't sleep, you have depression, uh, you're disturbed, and a lot of different addiction, different thing. You have internet addiction. You have this. Sometimes uh, the social media also has this negative impact on when it comes to mental health. We read stories of people when the people that approach them during this time, especially when they see something on Facebook that they did or they are doing, and they are caught up on the Facebook. It gave them a desire to destroy their own life or probably commit suicide because what they saw, it was them, but they didn't expect to see it. Like the lady who killed herself, and the guy from, I think, Guinea Bissau, did all that to all the 200, 200, 100, 400 women or 200 women. And one of them actually was a main key person that was all on Facebook trading. Yes, according to the information as alleged, but confirmed that she committed suicide. So technology has its negative and positive role in propagating the message, trying to help in order for it to get to people. So she was depressed. She was, in fact, she could not make it. But it was as a result of what she saw on Facebook. So technology play a key role, and technology also play a key role in the sense of promoting it, and also it has its own negative implications. So as we go about, we need to understand what to put on Facebook sometime, how to put it on Facebook well, it becoming a normal thing to all of us. And to sometimes we say this good because when we place it on Facebook, a lot of people see it. Oh, I saw this girl. I saw her. Oh, this girl was naked. Look at that. Or I saw this married woman in the hotel. So that is a negative aspect. It has its own positive aspect to teach lesson to married couples or woman who is married and going into a hotel with a guy, and those are different factors. Okay, so technology play a very key role. But again, like we can say, okay, the guys who are going all day carrying the information about people, and letting them putting their name on Facebook is good or bad. It has its own negative implication. Okay, confidence. When it comes to confidentiality, somebody can sue you for that. And well, sometimes people will say, "Oh man, it doesn't. This guy can do nothing to me," but not in America, not in the West. You got to look at the person's privacy too. Well, it is good, in the other sense, for people to learn the lessons, but also play another role when it comes to mental health issues. When you're talking about mental health and technology, the mental health and technology played a very crucial crucial role in promoting, increasing awareness and support. Okay, because what technology does, social media also point to give you information on places that you can find support. It teaches us also have some awareness. We don't have to meet people that we don't know, even though they have their own issues they are dealing with, but we can have schedules of Zoom, virtual meetings, and with people that we have now seen. So that is one of the more crucial part and very important also, because you see, you don't know this person, and so maybe meeting them for the first time, you got to adjust yourself to it. So the way of meeting people now, where we can do it on social media, we can do it virtually or on Zoom. Let me, okay, have an appointment with me, and you don't have to see me physically, but we are looking at ourselves physically through this meeting. So it's play a very key role in the mental health area. Okay, so but if someone has a problem, right? Some people don't not going ready going through mental health issues, but just because of their post being placed on Facebook, that well they went and slept with a guy in the hotel. The reason why I focus on the hotel is because a lot of people have been affected. You don't know, you don't see them to come back to you to say it was the day that my husband caught me in a hotel with a guy. From that day, my whole continent or my entire life changed because it was a surprise. So you see that it good, pretty good, but it also affect the mental health of people. Some people took their lives. Some people will say, "No, I can't stand this thing because the guy is going to pull me out of this house." And depression is total depression, and it's actually issues that we deal with, and we got to look at those factors also because it affects society. So, why it is true that you're not supposed to do it now, as a pastor, I'm talking as a pastor also as a human rights activist and looking at the fact that they have rights, but they have responsibilities, and also looking at the issues of how technology can be also controlled when it comes to those areas of how do we share information when and what are some of the things that is more important to also help somebody who might be maybe led to something else than just looking at the video on Facebook and say, go back and say, oh, and just be happy. Nobody can be happy when they see the nakedness video on Facebook. Nobody. So that is a very serious situation. But again, that why we have access to the internet. That why we have access to information. It gave us access to information to get more resources, know more people, how to connect with these people. How can we, connect with people with like mind, with positive mindset, and forget about some of the things that is going on around us. Some people lose their husbands, some people lose their children. At the result, they get so frustrated, and sometimes they want to destroy their own life. So mental health issues is is a prevalence. We can This is not something that we can talk about all the time. Is something that when we look back to Africa, to where we come from, then sometimes we realize that we ourselves have been giving ourselves those problems. It has a negative impact. So, you know, people don't really give themselves time to sleep. They realize in a different perspective to see that life, have forsaken them because all the time they live in America or probably in Japan or one of the countries, life have really not been in their favor. So they rather destroy their life, and sometimes it become an issue that if I destroy my life, I think it would be the best thing I can do for myself because I'm going through a depression, right? People will say that because of technology. Okay, and technology plays a very key role in the mental health issues, but it also has a own negative impact if we don't know how to use it. It has a negative impact, too much negative impact. We don't know how many persons have committed suicide as a result of social media, report on their life, report on their family, report on their sex issue, and it's a lot, man. People will not be frank with that. So mental health issues gets more wider and more it increases, especially during this time of our crisis, economically, uh, you know, joblessness, marital status. Look, I've been in this world for long. I got married. I want to get married, and my life is not really together. Okay, people think about those stuff, and sometimes, oh, my own children are born, they don't care for me, and so, but there are help up here, right? You can in Mercy County, you have Norm Nami, you have Mercenary and different institutions that extend their hands to you. Even people go through some difficult times in their lives, and we want to pick up this thing and not just run with it. Sometimes people just need a little talk. People just need some information they need to share with them. Whether you have some time to talk to them on the phone, which also help. We have people talking on phone and they pay them, right? So there are different technology that's provided for us. Okay, sometimes you don't have to go anywhere. You just stay in your house and just use technology and take your therapies, and then sometimes You just just look at the TV, just watch well the social media and certain information that something program that is going on to help keep you busy, looking at positive things and studying the word. Sometimes somebody is teaching you something, and then you are trying to relax your mind and then increase your stimulations and your morals response to some of the situation that actually occurred on a daily basis. It help your mental health. Okay, so technology played a very key role in mental health. So as we look at this situation, engaging face to face is one of the things that most important, yes. But technology has played a very key role where we could not meet face to face because we don't know the next person. They could be going through their mental issues that is a different level of degree. Not all the mental issues is seen. Okay, they might have not taken their medication or something is going on. You don't know, you don't understand this person that's so that they don't want to see certain group of people, or probably there's a mental health issues. Okay, all the tired, with life because life have seems to forsake them, and so they take their own life. So technology played a very key role in the sense that like when I'm here today, it's as a result of technology. I'm reaching more than 1,000 people, even if they not appear currently on this platform, but they're gonna pass through a lot of people to see what I'm doing. So other people have billions of people online, just online right at the same time. It help a lot of people. Sometime like I think it's 2 years ago, somebody one little girl, young person saw their nakedness. In fact, send that naked picture to somebody, and then this guy to say, "Okay, send this naked picture to me. I'll see it, but I'm sending it on Facebook." Okay, so why does true technology play a key role? That there are things that we should also look at, how to post it, when to post it, why we must not post it. And those are issues that affect people. We don't realize that, right? So if you look at this gets so mean going around. It's good, and I would say it has its own negative, it has its own positive implication, because when people I actually when people are not targeted, but when people pictures are placed on Facebook, and they see their pictures on Facebook in the naked form that they never expected to see. How do you feel as a person? And just look at that. It played important role to share it because you want for people to know. Probably the person that share it, two things happens: either it being a myth, probably it's a girlfriend and boyfriend stuff, and well, they just want to disgrace this person, but they don't know that disgracing this person is an issue that might lead to a very serious mental health, and sometimes if they're not careful, that person might take their own life. So why it is true it played a key role as we look at the fact this technology season, many people are getting affected. Many people, the increase in mental health issues is at a, at is every movement of our in our society. Tomorrow we're going to be talking more about it and telling you what are some of these ratio the data shows, and what how can we prevent, how can we create an awareness even in our home. And in Africa where we came from, a lot of things happens, and people would take it to be sometimes witchcraft, because we are in Africa, and that person might be suffering from this problem. When I attended the NAMI meeting, that was last Tuesday, not this coming Tuesday. There are a lot of lessons, and these are things that we need to bring back home and share it with people. We need more help center. We need help groups. Okay, and how can we do that? Is from the community engagement level. How can we engage our community? How can we talk to people who, show some videos, have some fun, and let people begin to release themselves from some things that they may be going through. I went through those stuff many years ago, and I was sharing my testimony that way. I have to be with myself. I'm not to be with myself in the sense that keeping for myself all the time, but I'll have to maintain my mental health problem, or else I would have done something. I'm not going to be around. So what am I saying? Mental health issue derive from many factors, and you can see that in Africa we have something. We have a strong spirit to maintain this thing, and like some of the guys here, they don't have they just have a light spirit. Sometimes I would say that small thing can make people to commit suicide just because, well, the wife went out there and did something and put it on Facebook. Man, that person sees it, he likely might commit suicide. So technology play a key role in promoting this thing called mental health issues. You don't have to go to all the schools before you get to learn it. We're going to be coming up with some great information while we connect with other great groups here to see how we can play our own role when it comes to the young children. You see, some of the kids come from family that have been affected in our society, and because of their problem they're going through, they don't want to share it with their children. Sometimes some of us don't share our information with our children because the children might not be able to withstand the situation. They might not be able to stand it or withstand it. So some parents rather don't share their background with their children based on the fact that uh, they might not be able to contain the situation. So those are different factors, and sometimes because of the environment we live in Africa, we might live in a very different environment, and our different environment might help us to to share information that is necessary but not really necessary. It doesn't really help us. So sometimes we try to conceive it because it's not going to make any impact. There are information that I really don't share. There are things that even if I come across it today, I'm not going to share it because I don't know what it's going to do to the next person. So this is why when we go to our website, we talk about confidentiality, privacy. Every individual is entitled to their privacy, right? And we have the privacy right. So why it is true that it's good to do it because we want for other people to learn, and lessons is also understood. It also has its negative implication because I was just looking at another video, which well is so disgusting. That man going through a mental health issues, and we're going to be talking more about men tomorrow. Um, when you find your wife in a hotel with a guy, how do you feel as a man? What is happening to your brain right there? Hey, it's psychological to place on you. Even if you heard that another guy is going on with your wife, especially when you love your wife, even if you don't really love her, but that's a big problem, and it gets to the mind of the person. And if not all of us, most of the men, if you come back to go back to the grave and say, "Come on, come tell me what's going on, what went on before you were called to God," and that person will actually tell you something you'll be shocked of. Now we're seeing it on Facebook. They're openly seeing it, going to the hotel, seeing the guy. And I saw one of the video where the guy was facing the blow to fight the husband of his wife who was called in the hotel with him. Mental health issues. Technology is playing a role, but technology also have this negative aspect when it comes to increasing the rate of mental health in that area. We're going to be talking more about it tomorrow. Now, not to say, well, we're against it, not to say, well, don't do it again. But I think there are things that really, it's not prevalent really in Liberia, which I know Liberia has its own culture, and we know how to present things is something that, well, is alarming, and it increases the mental health issues, death rate. And people don't realize that as I close, that sometimes we come across these things and we want to give up in our pursuit. How do we see a man wife nakedness even on the social media. How do a man respond to such issues when it comes to this mental health, when it comes to depression, when it comes to having the reflection on his wife being caught up in the hotel with another guy, and the video carried it all over the world. Like I gave you an implication of the lady who destroyed her own life. It was because of that. She couldn't stand it. They were increasing her mental health issues. Some people would not kill themselves, but from the day that thing happens, the life became to degrade integrity, they feel stigmatized. They don't speak to people much because they think that everybody saw them on the social media. Whether it was something that went all over the place or not, they think people see them on the social media. So it become an issue. And so, as we, raise the awareness of mental health issues, let's begin to talk about ourselves. That women that going through their own problem, they went through it a lot of time. They've been going through uh, time and time in memorial. They take care of the children, they themselves, the man and the woman. That is the issues of mental health. They have to bear it. They have to do something for themselves. Nobody want to help them. The man who, actually created the child is not coming around. That is an issue to deal with. Okay, it also affects the child, and most of the children sometimes will be asking themselves, "Where is my father?" So, a home that does not have a father, we're going to be talking more about it especially for X number of years. It has some uh, implications, negative implications on the children. You might not understand it sometimes. They want to play, they want to see a father talking to them. You got no father. Where is the father? And whether they left alone, and it causes also the increase of mental health issues to our women, to our young women, to our single mothers. We don't realize that. If you take statistics on single mothers when it comes to mental health issues, you will see that it's so privileged, silent treatment, and sometimes they just want to live with it because that's something that is a daily routine for them. But again, I want to say we all can try to raise this awareness. Try to protect yourself, love yourself. That is the bottom line tonight. I mean, as I share this information, love yourself. I will have to love myself. I went through some terrible time, and I could not express that more than this. But I tell you the truth, I have to love myself, and that was the best thing I have to do for myself at the time. So, and sometimes people go through their own mental health, they cause their own mental health sometimes, and you see them appear the way they appear, and then you ask yourself, why is this woman treating herself like this? Or why is this man treating himself like this? Because he got frustrated, or her husband left her for many years, and she got frustrated to this. See, at this point, how can we help these people? I'm going to be laying off some things with some of my people back home, and we have to help people that we know, that we are close to. How can we help them? Sometimes they don't need the help because when you tell them their truth, look, this is the issues. You got to put your mind to this thing. Forget about the issues of your marriage. That gone, or probably it might not come back, or whether it come back or not. Act like you didn't see it. And that was how I treated myself. Acted like I didn't see what's going on in my family. And that was a very great help for me because I was in the middle of something, and Christ was right in the middle. I was always relying on him. That's my bottom line here. Relying on God. That was the only person that was no in Africa. How many help group you have in Africa except to gossip? Except to gossip. Now, technology can play a very key role into that. Well, because when you come on Facebook and it come and latch the person up here and talk about their whole marital life, their style, and constant up on the social media, it go wide all over the place. And the person is dealing with mental health issues only because of depressions and neglect and stigmatization and everything else that is affecting their life. So mental health issues that are close today, As we continue this joining, the community engagement is proud to say that this is all our responsibility, rights and responsibilities. You may have rights. Everyone has a right. That's an entitlement. But our responsibility to make choices that help us to drive our life to keep going, even though we see it, but we act like we didn't see it. Try to find a help group, support group, and we're going to be talking more about support group in our time. What support group we are forming with the Redeemed Christian Church, with different churches. What are some of the help group we can begin to uh, refer people? Look, go to this church on Saturday, go to this church on Sunday. Their help. Well, we're going to be talking more about it. We are trying to uh, after the questionnaire, we are placing some very important role in some of the things that we're doing, especially with mental health issues and with expertise who are in the area of mental health. We also are going in that direction. And so I want to thank God for you, Sarah. I think Sarah Abraham also in that area. We might be catching up with some of the guys tomorrow to to bring them on the show to talk about as we conclude this awareness. So can thank you for following us. And I know that sometimes it's so difficult to discuss these issues because all of us experience the issues of mental health, no matter how big or small we are. We encounter these issues, and we don't even know that it's something that we can deal with if at all we are prepared to deal with it. Love yourself and trust yourself, believe in yourself, and find help. Somebody up there can help you deal with it. So I want to thank God for you guys, man. And don't forget to turn in and it's again opportunity to share with you guys.